We're here at the IAS meeting in Amsterdam. We're here with Peter Reiss, who is the co-chair of the conference, so affiliated with the professor at the University of Amsterdam. And we really appreciate you taking the time, because I know you're really busy. But more than that, I think we need to know a little bit of the details of what you know about the logistics of the conference and what it's doing this year.
Okay, well, I mean, as you know, these are huge events every 2 years. It takes years to prepare for them. And I think, at least I hear a lot of happy remarks from people, so people seem to be generally very happy with the way the conference is going. There's a very collegial atmosphere, I think. And of course we had a number of big goals in mind when we set up the conference. One of the important aims was to shine a spotlight on the situation and the epidemic in Eastern Europe and Central Asia, and I hope people, but I think I hear that back from people. People see that reflected in the program, and not just in, which we avoided, not just in sessions specifically devoted to that area, but rather integrating the problems that go on into that area into a more global perspective. So you see the spotlight on Eastern Europe and Central Asia really throughout the program, throughout different sessions, whether it be in abstract-driven sessions or plenary sessions or symposia. And you see a lot of participation from people actually working in that region who have come to Amsterdam to be here. Another thing that hasn't really gone on maybe so much in the main program, but has been scheduled in side events linked to the conference but not part of the main program, is for policymakers from that region to also actually be here. And there's quite a number of them from different countries in that region. And we've also created a situation where the policymakers could have a dialogue with people, community-based organizations and representatives from community organizations in the Eastern European region. So that's one. The other big thing is youth representation, and I think we've made an effort to have young people, both investigators but also community representatives, on stage in the different parts of the program, and I think we've done a good job. And I think the important thing is that both of these issues shouldn't stop here in Amsterdam but need to continue at future conferences.
Yeah, there's a whole section devoted to youth in the Global Village too.
Well, the Global Village, but we had a special, when was it? There's so much going on. Yesterday, there was a lunchtime session with Charlize Theron, which was just young people on stage with her. And it was I think she said it was the first time at an international AIDS conference that it was a session with not just about, but also with youth on the podium. So I think experiments like that, if they're successful, need to continue. Shouldn't be.
And of course, the science was in there too. There's a large number of posters that change every day in this, right next to the exhibition area. So
right.
It's a lot of posters.
Yeah, and I don't recall the number, but I think at least 1/3 of the science that is being presented by young investigators.
Yeah, I did notice that. Actually, we were over there and kind of like looking at that more specifically, because we do an interview. We do actually a press conference / panel interview with the young investigators each year, and they're really out there.
Okay.
They're really, and I like their enthusiasm too, which is really. I mean, it's pervasive. It's not just the youth, but but especially the youth.
And it's key. I mean, we need that enthusiasm because they are the ones that need to carry the torch. And it's so. In other words, what you need to do as the oldies like me is to give them a stage and give them a platform.
We've had, and mentioning that, We've lost a lot of good researchers. We've had Mark Weinberg recently, and Dr. Cooper, and Joop. It was 3 years ago, so that was a horrific accident there, or whatever it was. We're losing the cadre of the first, and these are people that came in when they were out of medical school, and this epidemic started. Or on whatever we thought it was, it became much more. And now we're all getting to the point of retirement.
No, that's true. That's true. But on the other hand, I mean, there's a lot of young, very promising talent out there and rising stars. And I think it's our responsibility as the more seniors is to actually put these people on stage so that they're visible, they're recognized, and they'll be the new generation. Or they are and I think one example from just this morning in the plenaries, I don't know whether you saw that, is Brad Jones, who spoke on advances in HIV cure research and vaccine research. I mean, he was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it's so.
Whenever there's a niche, it gets filled. I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But I've also noticed, and it's also the credit of the whole scientific program committee when we had our discussions about the plenaries, is for people to actually mention those names. I had never heard of him, but to mention those names and say this is really a star, we should pick him. And it was actually Sharon Lewin from Melbourne who did that.
Oh, there you go.
And she was right. She said, this is a star, we should get him. And then you need to trust somebody like Sharon you can trust.
That's
and
right.
say, okay, let's go for it.
Yeah.
And he delivered.
Yeah.
So that's
so
important.
Good. Well, I appreciate your help in exploring the breadth of the conference with us as a local co-chair, and it's always exciting to talk to you, and we appreciate your work.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.